What does one do when a child goes off the path that we hope that they would follow and becomes a negative influence, or can become a negative influence to their siblings? And can we learn something from Yitzchak in this week's Torah portion about how we should behave towards them? Well, we're told in this week's Torah portion that Yitzchak, as he reaches the age of 123, he wants to bless his son Esav. Now we know that Esav is a wicked man. He literally is a wicked man. He got involved in all the worst kinds of crimes. Nevertheless, it seems like Isaac wants to bless him. Why? Well, the answer is Isaac sees an incredible, powerful goodness in Esau. A goodness that he wasn't able to fully express, but one that he knows is there. And what Isaac was hoping is that by him blessing him, by him bringing him in warmth and love, that will have an influence and change him for the better. And that's why he desired to bless Esau. We're therefore told by our sages that when Mashiach will come, we will call Yitzchak our father, because a father is someone who's always showing love and affection to their child, regardless of how the child behaves, because it's our child. So even as a parent has to educate and sometimes criticize even, and bring to the straight and narrow their children, nevertheless, we always have to share an underlying message that regardless of all, they are our child, they're beloved. You know, you can have a parent telling the child, why aren't you like such and such? He's such a great kid. He does X, Y, Z, etc. And look at you. You haven't reached what you could. Look what this guy has done. Does that mean he loves his child less than that person? What would happen if, heaven forbid, there would be a car racing down the road, and his child and that other child who he's trying to get his child to be like are there? Who is he going to run and save? His own child. That's the way we are naturally. Even though they might not behave in the best possible way, but they're our child. And so what Yitzchak teaches us with his desire to bless Esav is that even when we have children who unfortunately go in a path that we're unhappy with, we have to be able to see to it that we could do whatever we can to reveal their goodness, even as possibly they deserve punishment. But the punishment is always given with an appreciation, understanding that the Father loves them. The Baal Shem Tov was asked, actually, by one of his chassidim, that my son went off the path, and he's against everything holy to us. What should I do with him? And Baal Shem Tov says, love him more. And it's true. I heard a story in the name of Rabbi Elyashiv, who was the great Lithuanian leader of not too long ago. And if someone came to him and said, my daughter has gone off the way of Torah, and is conducting herself in a terrible way, and I want to send her out the house so she shouldn't affect my other children. And he said, you know what? Send your other children out. This daughter you must have close to you. In other words, the other children will understand they're going the right way. But this daughter, you have to always show her love and care. This one you can't push away, because you're going to push her away for good. A woman wrote to the Rebbe that her daughter's got involved with this terrible fellow, and he's involved in all kinds of bad things. The Rebbe said to her, it seems like in the meantime there's nothing you could do to change the situation with regards to the daughter, but you should conduct yourself in such a way that she should always feel at home, that your door is always open to her, and that you're ready to do everything in a proper way if she has problems, that you'll always be there for her. As parents, that's what we always have to give our message to our children. This week, there's the Kinus HaShluchim. I'm not even sure how many, but probably close to 5,000 of 6,000 Shluchim coming together in New York, the Rebbe's emissaries. And it's in a tough time because of course, the murder of Rabbi Tzvi Kagan last week. But this is the message of the Shluchim, that we're there for every Jew. We have to see every Jew as our brother, as our child, and to show them love and affection and care, regardless of how they might behave or not behave. You know, one of the big things that you hear about Chabad, it's not a marketing thing, it's what we truly believe, that we accept people without judgment. We're non judgmental. Why? Because when you love someone, you accept them regardless. Yes, you want to try to educate and uplift and show them the right path and right way, but you also want to show them that you care about them regardless. Rabbi Tzvi Kogan, I heard something unbelievable about him. He married the niece of Gabi Holzberg, the other shliach who was killed with I think 2008, 17 years ago, in Mumbai. When he went to the chuppah, he put on his garment, his kapota, I believe, his jacket. He put on Gabi's jacket. And a friend of his says, but a chassan has to wear new things. Why are you wearing something old? He says, if I'm going to die, I should die in Kiddush Hashem, sanctifying Hashem's name. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Unfortunately, that happened. But it was something that he knew. If I'm going to, heaven forbid, die, I will die sanctifying Hashem's name. What he did was he lived sanctifying Hashem's name as well. Going to Abu Dhabi, and one of the areas that he focused on is to make sure there's kosher food for people coming to a place that is so far, so removed. There should be kosher food for them. So maybe in merit of his memory, we should strengthen our kosher. Those of us who don't eat kosher outside the home should maybe start doing so. Those who don't eat kosher in the home, to at least eat it in the home. Those at least to buy kosher meat, or do something in the area of kashrut for the elevation of the soul of Rabbi Tzvi ben Alexander, who is sanctified his life for being a Jew, for being a shliach, for being a rabbi who cares about his fellow Jews. Good Shabbos.